All right, you guys, so hopefully you're watching the replay. I wanted to come on as raw as I could be today because I want to show you, that you're not alone and that there's a lot of us that sometimes we don't show all the behind the scenes and all the disaster that goes on after a live show. So today I'll be answering questions. I'll be going over subscriptions. I'll be going over a lot of the stuff that we have gone over a lot too. And hopefully that will encourage you to continue on. If you just came inside of this group, you can still go back to the guides. Our goal is to be able to put every single video that is not a reel onto YouTube. That way you guys are able to watch the replay, and we will put that into a post just in case anything, you know what I'm saying? So welcome in. Happy Monday, you guys. Mondays are my favorite days. They're kind of like a Friday for me. Sometimes I get to sleep in. Today I didn't get to sleep in. I go live at nighttime on Mondays. I try to do all of my batching and content creation on Mondays, all of my rise and shine, so that I have them ready for the whole entire week. So Mondays are very chill for me, and I love it that way. We ship on Fridays. We invoice every day. They have until Wednesday to pay. My customers do. And then we're able to ship it on Friday so that they can get it by Monday or Tuesday. We used to say by Friday you have to pay. And then, sometimes we feel like we cannot change that. For us, it worked better. And sometimes people pay sooner just because they do get paid by Friday. And so they communicate to us, but they know that we won't ship it until the next Friday. So anyway, communication is key for all of this. So welcome in. Make sure you hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. If you are live, we are excited to be here, and we are chilling, y'all. This is like, this is literally me. I was like, I'm gonna go get ready. I was actually doing naughty bins. And we'll talk about that too, and I'll give you some ideas. But I encourage you, before you get into this video, for those of you watching the replay, that you please get into the guides and that you're able to look into it. That way you're not lost, or you're like asking questions that we have already gone over to it. I appreciate those of you who come on and have gone through all the content. This is week number 3. And then today, I'll be making a different post instead of the question and answer, because today is building trust with storytelling. And then I wanted to talk about the different ways that we attract people. Because some of you have different talents that I don't have, and I have different talents that you don't have. And so that's how we connect with people. And one of my gifts is storytelling. That's how I sell the joy. That's how I connect with people. I am also an encourager. So I'm a visionary. So I spread vision, and I spread love, and I spread positivity, right? So that may not be your thing, but there's other things that you do have that are that can be used. And so we'll be talking about it today. And then tomorrow, it's about creating a series about jewelry. And then you can add to it. But then after that, all you're going to see on here is just, you're going to see videos about content creation. So I have Iris, I have Miss Mandy Biller, and then I have Kyrie, which you guys saw her video earlier today, and she has done a lot of content idea creation. And then hopefully we'll see Rosalinda as well. Now this week, you're also going to see several of the speakers that came on the first week, and they're going to be able to answer questions. But I challenge you, like I said, before you ask questions, make sure that you have gone through the content, because if not, they're going to send you back to the content that we have already posted. If there is something that we haven't gone over, that's where you want to take advantage on and ask those questions, okay? None of us have TikTok shop. So if you thought that that's what we were going to talk about on here, it was not. We are not using TikTok Shop. You can reach out to the Frank Divas. I know Ms. Brittany Frank, she does use TikTok Shop. We do not use TikTok Shop. None of us do. We literally sell just like we sell on Facebook, okay? So good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I will be going over subscriptions today because that is a big thing that is in my heart. I'll be going over some other things that I feel like are important. Good morning. Welcome in. So here we are. It's a Monday question and answer Monday. Hopefully everything has been going great for you. I love seeing the results, the consistency that you guys have been having, and just being able to step out of your comfort zone and doing different things. Remember, Rome did not build within a day. So it does take time. It does take lots of time. So make sure that you guys take time to go over it. This boot camp will not be closed. You can still go back to the guys and you're still going to be able to watch the videos. So don't let that limit you from going back and reviewing some of the things that we have in here. So good morning, everyone. So, all right. So let me show you as I came in as a hot mess, but hey, listen, my hair is clean and washed. Hello. So I wanted to show you what my room looks like after a Saturday live show. And I know that some of our sisters like Sharon and Miss Mandy, they show you how they get to prepare for themselves, right? So I'll show you how I do mine, and you'll be able to do that. I am trying to figure out how to slow down comments. I don't see that option. There is no way to slow down comments, Melody, which is why moderators are so important, especially when comments are going way too fast. You want to be able to have a moderator, because if you miss a comment, then you're going to be able to do that. So I'll make sure that I'll make a note right now, and then we'll go over moderators, because I don't think we touch base on that. But moderators is somebody that you assign for them to be able to pin or to be able to push, you know, and delete somebody or block somebody. So that's what a moderator is. But there is no way to slow down comments. So you may need to get a tablet. If you have a hard time looking at comments because they're too small, like for example, my mama, she is 57, I believe, and she cannot see. Like I have my phone here and she's not able to see it, maybe because she's supposed to use glasses. But I have to look at the comments because she misses them when people are commenting. So I have to do it myself. If you don't have somebody that can moderate for you, see, that's the thing. Like sometimes what about a friend, or what about one of your faithful customers, Heather? Because I feel like moderators are important, especially in a setting where comments are going too fast. If you're just starting and there's a very few people that comment, that's not going to be hard. But what if the setting gets faster and faster? What if you have 50 to 100 viewers? How are you going to be able to moderate? So for me, the way that I was able to find moderators, because I didn't have them either, was I looked at people that would come to my live every single time that I was live, and that will shop with me and that will support me, and I will kind of feel their vibe, and then I would ask, hey, would you be able to moderate, you know? And you can start by just saying, hey, I'll give you a free piece of jewelry per show, or I'll give you 2 free pieces of jewelry per show. If you can just pin things that I might miss, you know, you don't have to make it complicated. You don't have to use moderators to do every single thing that you want. You can just ask somebody, hey, can you just pay attention in case I miss somebody, for you to be able to pin it. And so I'll show you how to add moderators on TikTok. But I recommend having moderators, even if you have a spouse, a daughter, a son that might be able to moderate for you. Just explain your expectations. I feel like communication is big, because if we don't communicate what we want, then we get frustrated, right? So in my case, I'm more advanced with moderating. Because I have an expectation. I am paying you per hour. I expect you to pin every 60 seconds. I don't expect you to go and leave me for 2 minutes. So there is an expectation, and it's a very high expectation because I'm paying you $10 an hour or $12 an hour. I'm not literally paying them $12 an hour with cash, but I'm literally giving them money towards their jewelry purchases. So that's how I hire people to be my moderators. So mine is a bigger expectation than a lot of people. Now, there's a lot of other people whose love language is acts of service, so they will do it for free, just for you, just to be able to help out, right? So we can help them by giving them, hey, here's a free piece of jewelry. Thank you so much for always helping me, okay? Elizabeth, I did see your post about, is there another payment option on TikTok besides PayPal? I don't understand that question. What do you mean by that? As in, for people to pay you? Are you using TikTok Shop? Because we have not taught on TikTok Shop in this whole boot camp, and we're not going to. If you're talking about because you keep on, you know, like, can you expand on what do you mean by PayPal? Because when people are supposed to pay me, I send them a Premier invoice through Premier, Paparazzi's app, and that's how they're able to pay me, okay? Denise, that is a great question. I seen consultants live, and after she slide her puzzle, do you know why that many may have happened? So yes, so TikTok is just trying to make sure that you're there. So the puzzle, when it comes on the screen, when you are live, especially for several minutes or hours, it will come on because they just want to make sure that you're there and that you're interacting and then you're not a bot. Because some people, you know, some funny, it's not about people that are doing live in real time, but there's some people that actually record a live and they go live and they post that video as a live. I don't know how they do it, but it's like usually like motivational speakers or things about training or people from China trying to get gifts. So that's why they have the puzzle, because there's some people that are super, super, super smart and they will record a whole entire live and then people are sending gifts. They think that it's a real live, but it's not. And so they have to put the puzzle in there to make sure that you're not a bot and that you are doing this in real time. Use can be the font size. There is a way when you are live that you can swipe to the right, I believe, right? When it goes, like, if I were to tell you to swipe, you guys help me with English, because remember, English is not my first language. But when you're doing this, so I'm guessing that swipe to the right? You're able to see the comments in a bigger setting, but you're not able to see yourself. So if you want to make the font bigger while you are live, you can swipe to the right, and then you're going to be able to see the comments in a bigger setting. If I go live on my phone, can I watch on my iPod? You absolutely can. So as you are live on the platform, you definitely can have a different device where you're going to be able to watch. Okay? You are so welcome, Miss Heather. Yes. You know, funny side note over here, as we were talking about moderators, Kelly Archie, who is my newest consultant, and team member, she was a moderator for me, and she still is. And the reason why I still have her as a moderator is because I tell her, I mean, she can quit at any time and not be a moderator for me. But Kelly has been a moderator for almost a year. I can't remember how long. And then she became a consultant. But I told her, I said, you can use your credits that I pay you towards jewelry. And then when I sent you that free jewelry, you can resell it and make some money. So, you know, so that's a funny note about Kelly over here. They do the puzzle piece to make sure you are you. That's right. All right. So let's keep going about answering questions. Please be careful of scammers too. That's very true, Carmela. Actually, let me show you my inbox. My inbox on TikTok is full of people that send me messages, and you're like, oh my gosh, why am I getting so many messages? Girl, you're going to get a bunch of messages from random people, lots of scammers, lots of people that comment. I mean, look at here. We got John over here saying hello. I mean, who in the world is John, right? So you're going to get comments that are like, you just delete them. Just just block, delete, mute, whatever. So I just delete them because I don't even care. You know, you can even go into unread. And by the way, you can open TikTok on your computer, and that's where I have like my leads form, because that's how I keep track of who fills out the leads. Now let's talk about the leads really quick, because a lot of you feel like you had to add that, and you're like, Andrea, first you told us to go into a personal account, not to have a business account, but how am I going to get the leads? So let's talk about that really quick. As you're getting started, you don't need all the fancies, okay? You don't need all the fancies, especially if you don't even know how to use the fancies. So leads is one of those things that it's a fancy thing, and it limits you. It limits your account to have it on a business account for using the trending sounds. And your job as a beginner on TikTok is to get in front of people. Your job is to use the trending sounds to be able to find new followers and find new people. So with a business account, you're not able to do that. Can you build to that? Yes, you can. But you just have to make a decision what you're going to do, right? Am I going to go with the fancies, or first should I just build up my account? You should definitely build up your account. So which is why we say you need to get, you know, your goal is to get to 1,000 followers. Many of you already did the follow training here. So you are way over 1,000. So you're able to add your link into your biography, right? Your bio, as we call it on TikTok. So when you have that, how do you tell people to shop with you? Well, I'm gonna put you guys over here with all of my mess, and I'm gonna show you what you should do. So you're live, right? You're selling the jewelry, and then let's just say Carmela wanted the necklace, right? So I have the necklace I'm showing. Oh my gosh, you guys, how fun it is. Okay, if you want this one, you can give it a number, okay? I'm trying to see if I have some numbers in here. I don't personally use numbers. It does help to use numbers because sometimes people watch us with the volume down. And instead of saying, you know, just say pearls, you know, they will comment with the numbers. So you can have both of them. But when somebody claims from you, here's what I recommend that you do. And I'll show you how to do that. But I personally will go into my TikTok account with a different device from somebody else's account, and I will take a screenshot of my profile. Why? Because you can make this a laminated thing, and you can have your profile in here on TikTok. This is what they call the bio. And this one is reversible, so people are able to see it how it looks. So if I were you, if somebody shops with me and you want them to register with you, you are going to say, oh girl, just click on my face again, and then click on the link right here, and then go register and come back and let me know that you did it. That's all you have to do, my friend. Now, other people don't have this fancies. I feel I'm a visual person. Some people don't understand what they're doing. So I show them, I even show them with a different phone exactly what to do. So you need to start thinking, just like you're different in the way that you learn, there is people that are different in the way that they learn. And so for me, having a visual, it's everything. Telling them, here's where you click, friend, here's where you click. Even better if you have a second device and you can show them exactly where is that. Oh, and look, here's where it's going to tell you to register. Don't forget to add your phone number in there, because you know, you have to have a call of action. That is a CTA. So my call of action is, I give you free shipping on your first order, right? That's how I hook them. You have to have a hook. Hey, friend, we sell $8 jewelry, but listen, I want you to try me out and feel me and see if you like me or not. So if you shop with me, your first order is going to have free shipping. Now, here's my second call of action. Listen, my friend, if you go register and you fill out the form, make sure you have your phone number in there, because after the live or tomorrow, I will text you personally, giving you a second long form. And if you want to, you don't have to, but you can fill it out and I will give you a free piece of jewelry. for just filling out the form. Now, here's 2 different calls of action. Now, remember, on the policies and procedures, we're not allowed to give a free piece attached to a purchase. You are not allowed to give free jewelry. You're not allowed to do BOGO sales or whatever. But I told them, fill out the long form and you'll get a free mystery piece of jewelry from me. Now, if they just fill out the form and they did not shop with me, I still charge them shipping because they did not. They got the free piece of jewelry, but they got to pay shipping for their free piece of jewelry, right? But if they shop with me and they also fill out the form, they get both because it is not attached to a sale. So let's just make that clear. So have a call of action, have a hook when people are coming in, right? Energy is everything, which I will be talking about personalities today, later on a later post about, you know, what are some of the gifts that you have? Maybe it's storytelling, maybe it's teaching, maybe it's just me and a comedian, an animator, right? So all of those things matter. So for those of you who have a personal account and you have the link, if you don't have the link, your job is to get as many content in every single day, one time a day, not just selling, but content, looking at content, batching content, saving content that you can recreate, because that's what TikTok is. You look at the content and then you recreate the content yourself with your own personality, and then you post it. You use trendy sounds and all of that to build your following so people can follow you, okay? So that's a great question. So anyway, let's go ahead and keep going. All right. There is an option. Oh, Amanda. Yeah, I don't know what she was asking. She's supposed to extend on that. There's an option to add PayPal to Premiere as to pay. Yeah, but I don't know. She was talking about TikTok. So I haven't gotten to her comment yet. Does it really matter to have people come into the room and tap the screen? Does that make the difference? Ebony, that is a great question. Engagement makes a difference. Commenting makes a difference. Tapping the screen does make a difference. That is one of the reasons why TikTok is the #1 platform on social media right now, because it creates engagement. It feeds. I don't know if you guys know, there's a book called The 5 Love Languages. It was actually first created for couples to find out how you show love. TikTok caters to every single love language right there. Facebook doesn't. When we send hearts on Facebook, like send me a heart right now, I don't even know if I'll be able to see it. It doesn't feed my energy. It doesn't feed my love language, because your hearts may be floating, but I don't really see them. But on TikTok, when people are tapping the screen, we literally can see them. What are you feeding on those? Quality time. When people watch our lives, you're feeding their love language. Quality time. When people send you gifts, which now paparazzi allows us to receive gifts now. When they send us gifts, that feeds our love language and their love language by receiving and sending gifts. When people, okay, maybe touch. The touching the screen, it feeds their language about touching, even though you're not there, but you're kind of there, you know? So all of the things, words of affirmation by commenting, I'm telling you, you know, I've never saw it that way until we just talked now. But literally, that is why TikTok is the #1 social media app. I don't even get on Facebook. I actually have an assistant online who takes care of my Facebook. I don't care about Facebook anymore. And I am a younger generation, as in I'm a millennial, because I am 36. But like that feeds, like, which is why people are on TikTok. Anyway. For older generation, I don't know if it feeds you, if you like it. I don't like drama. You see a lot of drama on Facebook, which is why people go on to Instagram. But anyway, that's another theme for another story. But Ebony, to answer your question, yes, tapping the screen means a lot, but you shouldn't oversay it, right? So one of the ways that I tell people to go ahead, I have goals. So you just remind people of your goals. Hey, let's get to 10K. I'll do such and such thing. We'll do a mystery piece. Let's go ahead and get to 10K. And you just repeat yourself, but not that often. You know, you're not like, tap that screen, and then show a piece of jewelry. Tap that screen. Like, that's just like you're begging me for me to show you love, and I don't even know you, right? You know what I'm saying? But when you're sharing your goals, I'm like, oh, well, let me keep talking to this girl. She knows what she's talking about. You're using your talents. You're using the things, you know what I'm saying? So then it makes a difference. The puzzle came on when I had lots of interaction too. So I just did it and it went away. Yeah, I just do the puzzle and it's all good to go. When a customer claims an item, should they have their government name so you know when they claim? So Sheila, that is a very good question. So, you know, one of the things why we use leads, okay? The leads button that Pusher posted, and it's on guide. I think it's last week's day. I think it was day number 16 or 17, somewhere in there. We talk about business leads on TikTok. It actually has their government name on it. But when you're showing this and you're telling people to go register, you should write down their name, their username, and then you should tell them, hey, what's your full name? Or tell them, message me your full name, you know? That way I know that that's your account because you have a different username. So see, sometimes on my spreadsheet, I have like Lady Gaga over here. And then he's like, who is Lady Gaga? And I'm like, well, that's her username. Let me put her legal name in there because I understand. So you should have two different things, you know, making sure that you know who is who. What do you do when you have a customer send a picture of a piece they want, their email and info, you invoice, but they don't respond anymore to pay? That is a very good question, Maggie. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about when people don't pay. Let's talk about when somebody comes onto your live and they just want to spam you, right? So one of the things that I learned from Ashley Gibbs that I put into practice is she calls it this is your good faith purchase, right? So you only let people buy up to 5 pieces, and then they have to pay their invoice before they can continue to order more. Now, if they want to keep buying it and you're like, hey, do you mind if I send you the invoice right now? Because you are now up to 5 pieces. Let's go ahead and make that good faith purchase before you continue. And they say, yeah, go ahead. Then you have a second device, which is why I have my computer. And I go ahead and I send her the invoice right away. And if they pay there, I'm like, oh, and then you celebrate big, right? You celebrate in the middle of the live. Now, if somebody does not, you send them an email. You have to remember, and this is the biggest thing that I have learned with Premiere, is yes, they send the invoice to the email, but a lot of our emails from Premiere go to spam. So your job is to remind people, don't ever assume that they have it. So Maggie, if somebody asks you for something, look, they took the time to take a screenshot. They took the time to message you. I feel like that's a legit customer. So in your case, I would say, hey, Maggie, I sent your invoice, my love. Let me know if you receive it. Listen, it might be going to spam. So make sure that you look for, and then you give her your business name. So for example, my customers, I say, hey, so-and-so, don't forget, it might be on your spam. So whenever you're looking at your email, make sure that you search Get Your Sparkles, because that's my name of my company. Look for Get Your Sparkles. If you don't see it, let me know. Which is why I tell people that I text them. Every single person that has registered with me, I text them the same day just to let them know that I see them, and then they can message me back at any time if they have any questions, if they have any requests. Phone numbers are big for me. That is a way to create, like, if you're not gathering phone numbers, my friend, like, anyway, that's another story for another day, which is why I use Genie Chat. That is a customer report thing that I keep track of all my customers. Who hasn't shopped with me in a while? Who hasn't done this? Who hasn't done that? Right? So anyway, so that's what I would do. Majority of the time, people have not seen the invoice. It's going to their spam. Okay? I've noticed a lot of people go live late at night. Is there a certain time of a day that is best? Deb, that is a great question. So I'm going to give you my 2 cents. You are going to gain more customers when you go live at nighttime, okay? But you also are going to have a lot of, what do you call it? Competition, right? As in quotations, competition, because a lot of Papa sisters and Papa brothers go live at nighttime. And no wonder why, because that's when people are chilling. I mean, look at yourself. When is the time of the day that you're just chilling on the couch, looking at random stuff? Nighttime. When we're trying to decompress, we just got home from work, we want to eat our food, we just want to get on the phone and just chill and then just let our thoughts go away, right? So which is why people go live. Now, if you're able to go live, choose a time of the day. There's not really a question. You need to find when it's best for you. So for me, I had to choose, right? I had to choose for me. I have more energy in the morning because I'm a morning person and because I'm just happy in the morning. So I go live from 11 till 3. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I go live from 11 till 3. Will I gain customers from that? Did it took a little bit for me to grow bigger? It sure did. It took a year. But we are up to 50 to 60 people watching in the morning when I used to have maybe 10 people or 5 people watching in the morning. I had to build to that. And yes, do I go live at nighttime? I go live at nighttime on Mondays and Thursdays. Because I also know that people work and I want to cater to them and I want to feed their love language, right? So you just have to choose what's best for you and when you're able to. And if you know that it's nighttime, then choose a time. Choose a time. How do you do the clapping sound? Oh, this one right here. You can get this on Amazon. You can buy little sounds you can get this on Amazon. You can get it anywhere. I don't know about Pusher. He still hasn't shared, but I know he will share how he does the sound where people come in and they comment and it goes into a machine and it says it, right? I don't know how to do that, but that's what it is. You can be on the live on 2 devices at the same time though, right? If you're live on TikTok, no, not at the same time. Both devices on TikTok. Elizabeth, I really need you to expand on your question because I don't understand what you mean receiving payment. Is there other payment options besides PayPal? I don't understand that question because I don't know what you're meaning. Are you talking about like shopping on TikTok? Are you talking about you yourself shopping on TikTok? Are you talking about you yourself buying gifts? When somebody shops with you, what do you mean? We send a Premiere invoice. So if you're not familiar with Premiere, this is your time. We have another group that talks about Premiere, and you need to get familiar with Premiere. There's other people that use Square, but if you want to achieve Style Ambassador, which is one of the newest achievement requirements, is to use Premiere, right? Are you having trouble with the lighting from an Android phone lately on lives? No, it's been good. I haven't had any issues, Fran. I don't know, but this is the lighting that I use. I use a big ring light. I have had this one for years. New Word or something like that is called. It's a good one. I haven't had issues with that. What do you do if someone wants to join your TikTok? Okay, you can turn that off. You can turn that off and I'll show you on the settings how to do that. Also, I told her about you in the TikTok bootcamp and she never heard back. Listen, if somebody is trying to join this group, you have to let them know that they have to put their consultant ID number. If they don't put or answer any questions to join the group in here, you're not going to be approved. Okay? I'm trying to see if I can show you because this one is my iPhone and that's where I have Premiere at. Somebody just said something about, Let's see if I have Premiere in here. If not, I'll download it. But this is my Android. So on here, I don't think I have Premiere. Let me actually do it on here, okay? So somebody's saying that it's not working for me, the registration link. Okay, so let's go to that. Here's my shop. Here's my paparazzi shop store, right? So we know that it says shop.paparazzipremiere.com, and then my name on it is Andrea, and then it says shop. You can also use a domain name, which mine is getyoursparkles.com. So when people click on it, they're able to get into my Premiere as well. Boom, it's coming up, okay? So everybody should have a linkable link, right? So let me redo this right here. Let's go back to Paparazzi Premiere. When you go in there, you go to where it says register. Everybody should have a register. And that's the link to your register, my friend. That's the link to your register. Whatever name you put for your store goes after the shop.paparazzipremiere.com/your shop name and then /register. That is the registration thing, okay? And you have to let them know to make sure to put their email and phone number because you will text them a form later. Now, a lot of people are asking me, Andrea, what form do you use? I use Jot form, okay? I use Jot form, and actually I'm going to show you my form really quick. Right here. Let's see, where is that? Okay. Now, out of all the forms that I have, not everybody fills out the form, okay? Not everybody fills out the form. But I use Jot form because I ask specific questions about this. So then when they click on it, they're able to answer them. And obviously it's 18 questions, which is why I tell them they get a free mystery piece for filling out the form. Okay, so they have to fill out the whole entire form. And some of the questions that I ask are like, hey, what's your, would you like to know a little bit more about becoming a consultant? Would you like to know a little bit about da-da-da-da-da, And then they answer. Okay. Is there any way to filter out those unwanted comments? There's a lot of men that message me inappropriate comments. Marcia, no, just block them. Just don't even open it. Just erase it. Do you suggest that we get Linktree? I truly recommend Linktree because then you can add your big form in there. You can add your VIP group in there. You can add your business page to it where you post new releases. You can add your registration, your store, and you can separate it into those. I will be posting a video on how to do Linktree tomorrow. So you guys will be able to take over on that, okay? Okay, I am way down on, I'm so sorry, so behind in the comments. We haven't even talked about subscription. Can you do free piece for 10 pieces sold? You sure can. All right, so I am way behind on the comments. We're going to go over really quick to what I came to do. And then from there, just keep asking the same question because I left where Shelly says such a sweet, kind comment, okay? So here we go. Let's go over this. This is my room. Look at the disaster in here, my friend. Can we talk about disaster? Disaster. You don't want a disaster, okay? But let's talk about those things. So I actually show all of this on Saturday when I went live with my mama. But I want to show you how I prep. And so these are items that I told you are not in my system, right? These are my inventory, my brother's inventory. So I go into colors and I make sets. I take one piece out and then as I sell, I put it into their bin. Okay, so all of those, that's how I make the sets. I don't sell it in sets. I just show it and then I sell it. Okay, that's how I make my sets. If I were to make my sets going into my warehouse with my inventory, I will go into my warehouse. I will look at pieces that I want to pair with. So then I just take a bin. And then I go into my cute little boxes and then I just start choosing pieces. Obviously they have the code. So I take the goal, I put it in the bin. I take something that will match the goal. So I will take this necklace right here. I put it in the bin. I take another pair of earrings just in case people will not like those. And then I show it. And this is how I prep on what I'm going to show. Okay, so a lot of you ask, how do you prep? This is how I prep. I just put them in there. And then, you know, if I did not have the system that my husband has, I will have Premiere open and I will scan that code and know how many I have, which is why you need a second device. Okay, so now let's go back to subscriptions, because that's why I came on, and then I'll keep answering questions. But I wanted to come on here raw to show you that you're not the only one that struggles with cleaning up after the live. Some people do it right away, okay? Can I see the back of your barcodes of the jewelry? Very simple, my friend. I'll show you. We have our own code. So this is what we have created. We have different walls, A, B, C, D, E, F walls. And that's where we put a 0 and then we put a number and then a letter. So I have a different video on YouTube on how we did the warehouse. But this can be 501 or whatever. However you put the codes, whatever you have on Premiere, which I'll show you. Let's go to my Premiere account really quick. By the way, if you're not taking the course from Premiere with E, I posted the link. Make sure you go join that group, and then you're going to be able to learn about Premiere and all the basics about Premiere, because it's not as difficult as it may seem. Everything seems overwhelming, but it's not, my friend, okay? Until you do it, that's how you overcome overwhelm, okay? So let me show you right here. I'm going to show you all my SKUs, all my paparazzi thing. Okay, so for example, I have my inventory, right? I went to inventory on Premiere. The item number, it's the code that's on the back of my barcodes, okay? The quantity is how many I have of those. So when I'm invoicing, let's just go ahead and do an invoice really quick. I'm going to do new order. I'm going to put my name, Andrea, right? We're going to put Andrea Hutcheson. We're going to put that one in there. And guess what? When I add items and I go into my inventory, I can type in that code. So B15E is the code. And I know that I have 5 of them available. That's how you know. And you can type in the code and it will come up. You can scan the piece from the inventory, like whatever it shows on here, but you can also type in the code. So that's my inventory in the system. Okay, so let's go back to what I came from. What is your favorite scanner? My favorite scanner is this one right here. It's called SimCode, and it is a finger scanner. I love this one. It's not necessary. You can do it on your phone. So stop spending money thinking that things are going to make your things easier. Just go ahead and, just do it on your phone. Okay, so let's talk about subscription. And that's why you see bins that are filled with stuff. It's because they order outside of my inventory. Okay, these are items that are not in the system, that came from the vault. I call it the vault, which is my brother's inventory, or they're new items that just came in. So you can see a lot of bins fill and big. Okay, so let's talk about subscriptions. You can set up subscriptions on your TikTok account, and that is another way that you can promote yourself. Okay, so let's go over that. So I am right here. We're gonna go into settings. Okay, and on settings, you can click on where it says multi-guest. You can turn all of those off, okay? For people to come on and they keep asking you, hey, can I come on? And you're like, you can always decline, but there is a way where you can just control the audience and they don't have to come on. Here's where you also add moderators. All you have to do is click on the plus button and add the moderators that you want to help you. We talk about boards where it comes up on the screen. All of those things are in there. Okay, so let's go back to where it says subscriptions. So we're going to go to profile. We're going to click on the 3 lines and we're going to click on TikTok Studio. Okay, so on you can go ahead, baby. It's just turn off. So on TikTok Studios, you can create something that says subscription. Okay. So on subscriptions, you can create your different plans. I know that this will change later on. So what do you have to offer for people to be subscribed? And you may be asking, Andrea, do we have to have subscription? You don't have to have subscription, okay? The reason why I use subscriptions is because it boosts my algorithm. Anything that TikTok has, whether it's you posting a video and then sharing it onto your stories, whether it's you using an exclusive sub live just for your customers, all of that, it's a tool that TikTok wants you to use. So subscriptions for me are a big deal because it creates a VIP experience. And how do you do that, Andrea? Well, those are my people who are always coming to my live. Those are the people who are always there, and I want to give them something extra. So what do you have to offer that can be extra for subscriptions, right? What do you have to offer for that? How do you add stuff on your head and your eyes so that you have to advance? Do you have to be advanced for that? Stuff on your head? What do you mean? You mean like when I go live, if I add like, this is why I don't go to questions because I can, do you mean like if I click on my live and then it adds like a filter? The filter, like the little lashes, you don't have to be advanced to get the lashes, okay? You just click on where it says effects. And then I usually use Sophie by Sophie because it's like the cleanest one. And it gives me lashes sometimes, or you can even use the freckle one. It doesn't affect the jewelry, but I like to use that one because it's like the less, okay? So, and what do you mean? Maybe she means gifts. What does a subscription have in it? That's what I'm going to talk about, but I get distracted by questions. Gifts, I think she means. Okay, so how do you send the gifts? Well, let's go to somebody's live. I don't know who's live, but let's go see who is live right now. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, look, we got Edie's. Look, I'm going to go to here. You do have to pay for gifts. Look at that. I'm going to send. And then I send her some gifts. You have to pay for gifts. Okay? You have to pay for gifts. I love her little banner where it says, ask me how to shop for $4.40. Okay? Maybe that's the problem. Yes, Courtney, check your filters because sometimes the filters are not as good. I think it's when she gets gifts. Oh, when you get gifts, I usually, when I get gifts, I I turn them into more gifts, okay? Can you get paid for that? I'm sure you can. Let's go back to that live again. Let's go back to that live where I was with Edie's. Right here, where I go to gifts and I'm able to click. See how I have 766 coins? I am able to touch in there and it says, do you want to exchange? So then I click on exchange and I add to my account so I can keep on giving gifts to other people. How do you set that banner? It is super easy. Let's go to the plus button. You click on the live. Okay. And then you can click on, and I think it's interact. I can never, maybe text poll. No, we don't want that. Somebody help me out on how to add the banners. I know you have to have an Android for that though. I know you have to have an Android for that. I know how to use the boards. The boards are the ones that add the text to your screen. See how that's adding in it? But if somebody knows how to add the stickers, I know you have to do it on an Android. And the settings kind of change, so I have to play with that. So if you know, let us know, okay? How do you add the banner? Somebody will come on and tell us, because I can't remember where it goes. I don't know if it's enhance. Nope, it is not. Usually I just play with it, so it is on board. Okay, so yeah, it's on the boards where you click on settings, and then you click on the boards, and then you add the plus to it. You can do a general or a multi-guess or whatever. I don't even know what that is, but just play with it. But if somebody, you have to have live to add the stickers. Oh, thank you, Edie's. I love you. Okay, well, let's go. I can't click on go live. Well, maybe I can do a private one. So let's go ahead and do that. That way, let's do a practice mode. And let's go live. I'm live. Okay, Edie's, where do you go? Teach us while I am live. And then on the plus button, it's not in there. I'm guessing on the enhance. Oh, there he goes. Look at that. I did it. Look at that. See? All you have to do is play with it. So see where it says stickers? You can add stickers and you can add text to it as well. Well, look at that. I just learned something. I don't use stickers though. And by the way, Edith was saying, if you want to turn off your live when you're live, make sure you click on that button, okay? Not now. So you can turn that live. You can turn that live off and say leave. And that's how you turn it off, okay? Boom. Yes. Okay, so you had to be live. You see? We all learn. Okay, going back to subscriptions. What can you offer to people to subscribe? What I offer is I tell them they get stickers. Okay? So when they are doing my subscription, they get stickers. And inside of those stickers, let me go out so I can show you. You guys, I'm very close and I don't know how that happened. We went to TikTok Studio. We went to, make sure you're doing the stages too. That gives you points to those different things. I went back to subscription, right? We're on subscription right here. I have about 78 subscribers, right? And so the stickers are a big thing for my customer. How did I create the stickers? I created them on Canva. I created my stickers on Canva. So make sure that you're putting things that people will want to use. Don't just have one or two. Make something that will make it special for them, right? So stickers are a big deal. So go have fun today and create some stickers. I even feature some of my customers in here because they are a part of my life and they're the ones who always promote me. So I'll be able to add more stickers the more subscribers I have, the more I'm able to add stickers. So on top of the stickers, I offer them sub lives, which is only lives for subscribers. I offer videos that can create just an experience for them. I give them first dibs on all the new jewelry. they get bumped on the list when they become a subscriber. So let's just say on your pre-claims, only subscribers get, they pass everybody. So that's how you encourage people to subscribe. Okay. Yes, can you share what size we should use for the stickers? Actually, let's go to my Canva and I'll show you what size I use. And I know that I'm sharing way too much, y'all, but just go back and watch the replay if I miss something. And let me log in on Canva really quick. I like making stickers. Why are stickers a big deal to your customers? Because they're the only ones who have it. And when people are alive, it just, I don't know, it makes them special. Who doesn't want to be special, Angela? Don't you want to stand out from the whole crowd? They get more attention because they have those stickers. I feel that that's why they do that. Okay. Kelly, are you here still? Kelly, tell us why. Kelly's one of my customers and she was one of my moderators and she's now a consultant with me. So I basically just used that Instagram post and then I just made my stickers on it. So I added my customer's picture. I added words to it. And I basically just use Instagram. Like if I were to make a post, that's how I made my stickers. So I went to Canva and I just used the Instagram post square and that's it. How do you promote your subscriptions? I talk about it every single time. I talk about it every single time. Do you mail the stickers? No, they use it on the live. They use it on the live. I promote it just by saying, hey, sign up today. Hey, we're trying to get to 100. Once I get to 100, we are going to do a live just of giveaways to everybody who's in the subscribers live. We're going to just do love away live. Do you really think it's really important at this point to have a business account as a beginner? No, I think you should have a personal account, a regular creator account, because like I said at the beginning, you want to promote videos with trending sounds so that you can grow your following. And then later on, you can move into a business account. You can always switch over. Ms. Kelly said, we have a wonderful community at Get Your Sparkles. The stickers are fun. We communicate with each other on the live and the stickers are fun. And they also get a chat for themselves only. So then they get to post their pictures in there. They get to connect with each other. So you're creating a community. And that's one of my gifts. My gift is to create a community. My gift is for people to feel special. Do you print and mail them? No, the stickers are only to be used on the live. But this was my idea and I wanted to make it even more important. So anybody who shops with me, who buy, they get called bougie. Their bin is called bougie. Instead of calling it a bin, I call it, oh, you're bougie 76. So starting from 67, they're all bougie bins. They're all bougie bins, right? But anybody who has the stickers in here, those are my Sparkle customers. Those are my subscribers. So I tell them, you get a box of your own, your bin doesn't disappear, you keep the SIM number for a whole month until you continue your subscription. I have my elite customers, those who buy 13 pieces a week or 50 pieces a month. I have my diamond customers. Those are the ones who buy 7 pieces a week or 25 pieces a month. And so that's how I distinguish those. Okay. That was something. So this is all marketing, my friend. This is all marketing, trying to come up with ideas of something that you want to make it special. How can you make it special for them? Google AI can go more in depth about stickers. Remember, Andrea say AI will be your best friend. Yeah, actually stickers, actually AI did not help me with my stickers or my subscriptions or thinking about my boxes. That was just all me and trying to come up with how can I make the subscription be worth it? How can I make you feel special? How can I help you? How can I promote more sales? See, when I started creating the status of diamond customer and an elite customer, that's when I had to break down. Those are the people who buy $250 a month or $200 a month at least. These are the people who buy $400 a month or at least, right? So I have to make them feel special because they're the ones who every single week come on and they shop with me. How can you make them feel special? How much are the subscriptions? You can make subscriptions for $2.99. I don't do much with the $2.99 because that's, so little. You get paid 50% out of that. Remember, subscriptions, you don't get the whole amount, you get half of it. That's something that I learned recently, and I know that subscriptions will go up to $9.99. So it really depends on that. How can I charge for business? How can I change from business account to personal? That is super easy, friend. Let me show you. Let me go back. I've had a business account for a while. Should I do personal account instead? Denise, if you have had, why did you move to a business account? Was it because you were using leads? Or why do you switch to a business account? Was it because you wanted to do TikTok shop? Those are the questions you should ask yourself. Why are you on a business account? And if you are on a business account, are you up to 1,000 followers already? If you're up to 1,000 followers already, then you're good to go. Then you're established, then you have customers, and that means you're going live completely, right? Like Pusher, he had to build all of that. I had to build all of that. But if you have less than 1,000 followers and you don't have a customer base yet on TikTok, I wouldn't recommend having a business account yet because you have to promote yourself into a personal creator's account. So how you switch it over, you just go to your TikTok account right here, and then you click on edit. Once you click on edit, here's where you can add your action buttons, your emails, and all of that. Let's see. It wasn't that one. It was on, I believe you go to the 3 dots, you click on settings and privacy, and that's where you say, about your account. And that's where it says switch to personal account. That's where I am able to switch to a personal account. I do have another account that I just recently created, which I don't know why it's not coming up on here. I have to look into that. But I have another account, which is the Get Your Sparkles account. I created, let's see if I can find it. Get Your Sparkles, there it is. I have this other account. I'm almost to 1,000 followers. And the reason why I wanted to have a personal creator's account is to show you how to be able to do different things and how to put the link in there. See, right now I'm not able to put the link in there for people to register. And I wanted to see what are the difference in there. So, but see, one of the videos, this video got to 1,000 and something because it was using a trending sound. So, trending sounds are important to build your followers. We don't have a customer base and we own business account and have the followers. Should we switch back to personal? When we don't have a customer base and we own business account, I personally agree to switching just because you want to attract. Remember, a creator's account gives you trending sounds, which builds you and pushes you out to more FYP pages, to the For You page more, for people to find you. If you have a business account, it limits you. It limits your sounds. It doesn't get as many viewers as you could get. So that's the difference. The only nice thing about business account is that it does give you a breakdown, more of a breakdown. You're able to have those, what do you call it? The leads form, which I personally love as a business owner, but I have already established my customers. So now I use my business account. Oh, because you were trying to do the TikTok shop. Yeah, go ahead and switch over, friend. You do not lose your followers when you switch over. But isn't the advantage of a business page you get the link? That is one of the advantages. Yes, it is. That's true. So if you're able to do it, I'm contradicting myself here. That's true, Cindy. It does get you the link, but do we want the link or do we want to grow up to 1,000 followers? Do we want to bring like-minded people to us? So those are the sacrifices that you have to make and a decision that you personally have to make. If I was me and I was just starting and I was listening to this girl who just contradicted herself, I will be like, okay, do I want to attract more people or do I want to start with 50 people and have a business account and nobody's watching me? Only 1 or 2 people are seeing me when I go live because I have a business account, but I have my link in there and I have maybe the leads form. But if I don't have a customer base established, my goal is to learn to push myself out there, to gain new people, to be able to gain new customers. So I'm going to go with the trending sounds and I'm going to push myself to create content for the next 30 days. Every single day I will create content, not just about the jewelry, but about who do I want to attract and go back to my niche and what I want to promote, including the jewelry in a soft way of selling. So that's what I would do. Trending sound is something that when you go to content, when you go to the content thingy, content insight, and you type in content insight or trending sounds, music is coming in that a lot of users are using. That becomes a trending sound. And the more people use it, the more you get pushed out to other people. Where them fans at song? Oh, I have no idea, Sonia. Do we have to be a creator to get trending sounds? Yes, you have to be a creator. I have been recording, like doing a voiceover, this trending sounds, and have not received any violations. The leads just have been helping me. Yeah, and so you have to make a decision on your own. You're not wrong for choosing whichever, right? It's just you have to make a decision. We're just giving you what we know. And like I said, you don't need all the fancies. You don't need all the things to be able to do that. My live got flagged because it said was people sending away from TikTok. I was showing my link tree. Ooh, okay, so yes, you do have to be careful. That's a great point, Renee. So that's why I say create a little thingy, but don't make it. So here's what you have to understand. An app does not want you to take people away from their app because they make money the longer you stay on the app. Does that make sense? Can we all agree that if you post a TikTok on Facebook, Facebook is not going to show it to people because they don't own TikTok. So they're not making any money when you're sending them away to somewhere else. So the same thing on TikTok, which is why we have to say blue book, which is why I have to say the book of faces, which is why we have to say, hey, click on my face and go to my profile instead of saying the bio link or saying links or saying, here's my phone number, 765, blah, 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 blah. You don't do that because you're taking them away. So when you're trying to explain people how to register, I most definitely have a second device, or I will create a picture like this, which is basically a screenshot, and I just made it bigger and I printed off and I laminated it and I swifted away so that it shows the right way when I'm live. And I would just say, here's where you need to go register. Come back and let me know. You can also say, hey, send me your phone name and send me your name, your full name, and send me your email, and I will invoice you. And then you can have a second device saying, oh, yes, I got your message. Because some people, sometimes they tell me, oh, I can't use your form. And I say, okay, no problem. Just go ahead, go out and send me a message with your email. That's all I need. I need your full name and email, my friend. And then afterwards, you can continue the conversation about, hey, would you like a free mystery piece if you fill my form? And they're like, sure. And then you're like, well, what's your phone number, friend? And then you can send them a text message, you know? But yes, we got to be careful about Linktree and saying, here's a link you need to click. You need to go to my link. And this is my link. And then I've seen other people, because you don't know, that have been put in their link as a sticker or as a board. Girl, that does not help you because they cannot click on it. They cannot click on it. And then why would I take my time to go type in this whole long message when I just met you? You know, so try to think about it in a way that you are the customer, and how would you want to be treated, and what would you like to do? What will make it easier for you? If you can't post your link, how do you get them to register? I talked about that, Rain, just maybe 30 minutes ago. So make sure you watch the replay. Everything has a time and a place to implement. I want to be seen more. What are leads? We talk about that, LaWanda. And it's also on day, I'm actually going to go to the guides right now. That way I'm not just talking, but I'm redirecting you exactly to where you need to be. Because sometimes this video is an hour and a half long, and who's going to watch it? Only those who were live and those who really want to learn something. So it is on day 16 where you can go back and see about the leads. When do I do training sounds? I switch to a personal, but I switch back to this. Oh my gosh, Cindy, no. I don't know if that's illegal or not, but there's a lot of switching going on. Look at your views. Look how that goes. I have never done that, so I have no idea. I have 1,000 only because of our boot camp. Yay! Yeah, I would definitely change it back to personal. Yeah, I would change it back to personal. Perfect. And then just start going live so you can attract people. Do the likes really matter? They do matter. We talk about that at the beginning of this video, maybe an hour ago. And we talk about love languages, and we talk about interactions. So yes, the likes on the screen when you're live, it does matter. The likes on your videos that you post, it will vary. Some videos are going to go viral. Some videos are not. They don't have respect for any person here. What do you use to send text messages? I use my phone. I tell people it's my business phone. So people are very respectful. They don't text me about their lives or a lot of things that don't really matter. It's a business phone. So you can get a Google number if you don't want to give your phone number, or you can get a different phone and that you can use for a business. But that's what I have. I have 2 phones and I mainly use them for work. It's a tax deduction, friend. When can we give free jewelry and when we cannot? Miriam, you can give jewelry as long as you want to, as long as it's not tied to a sell. So you cannot say, if we sell 20 pieces right now, I'll do a giveaway. That's attached to a sell. You cannot say, buy 5, get 1 free. You cannot say, so I talked about that at the beginning of the video too. Does T2 let us hashtag new and like Facebook? It does not, Margaret. It lets you, but they have to message you with that hashtag. But it doesn't do like Facebook does. How do you set your settings so people pay immediately? My setting says I have to put at least 1 day. Oh no, Renee. I simply tell them, my settings is set that their invoice is going to expire by Wednesday at midnight, which is my billing day. They can shop from Thursday to Wednesday. I just tell them and say, hey, your invoice has been sent. Check out your spam. Look for Get Your Sparkles and go ahead and pay, my friend. I have policy that your invoice is due within 24 hours. So please let me know if you have it or not, or if you need any more attention to it. How can I help you? But yeah, it's your good faith purchase, right? Yes, just keep on doing it, Heather. Just keep on posting them. You never know which one may go viral. Just make sure that it's not just all selling. You also have to do soft selling, which it may be the outfit of the day, which we're going to go a lot about. A lot of different content this week that you can recreate that Edie's and Mandy are going to be doing. Do you teach how to do the hashtag new? I haven't teach the hashtag new, but like I said, Sandra, on TikTok is not the same as Facebook, and they have to message you with that hashtag or that specific message, which that's just a lot. But I will try to make a video showing how to do that. But again, they cannot hashtag new in the comments. Do you use the magnifying device to show your pieces up close? If so, can I see it? There is a good one. I just don't use it. I should use it because some people really like the detail of it. How to add a comment to Bubble to our live. Yes, I did. I think I did. I went over boards and how the stickers come on, and then there's comments and how to add stickers to your live. Yes, I did do that. What if you don't have the clothing for those videos? Sonia, you have clothes. You are not with your birthday suit every day, Fran. You can start catering to people with comfortable clothing. You're a mama. You are a wife. Maybe you don't have cute little clothes that you can afford right now, right? But you have a t-shirt and you look cute and you're presentable and you're clean, right? Your hair is done good. You're taking care of yourself, right? I don't wear makeup. I only wear lipstick. So get a lipstick. We can go to Dollar Tree at $1.25 and put lipstick on. So it's not about wearing trending outfits. It's about who you are and why you fell in love with the jewelry. How does the jewelry make you feel good, right? Why do you join? So it's also finding about yourself and what you're selling, I went from 50 followers to almost 1,400 followers in just 2 weeks. Thank you for the boot camp train. Yay! Thank you, Myrna. I'm still working on this. Awesome. What is the name of the magnifying device, or can I get it? I have construction clothes. Hey, you are a, what is it called? Is it a blue color or is it a white color? I think it's blue color, right? Then just show how you accessorize your construction clothes, my friend. Listen, you can even be doing a dancing TikTok on the construction site, and you are going to be able to attract people that I cannot attract. So it's just thinking outside the box. Love who God created you to be. Find yourself through this journey, because I tell you, just to end this, paparazzi has helped me, and God has used this company as a vehicle for me to find myself as a leader, for me to find who I am in Christ, for me to know and set boundaries, for me to be able to grow in my faith through this business, because there were a lot of hard things that I had to learn through this business. A lot of hard things. I had to find out that I didn't feel like I was good enough. And I'm sure that there's plenty of you that feel like you're not good enough, that you don't deserve different things. Some of you don't have that issue, but I had that issue that I wasn't good enough. I used to compare myself a lot. And then through this business, I have found out how to get rid of those toxic thoughts that were created and that perspective that I was raised on, right? So I'm not running for for recognition anymore. I used to run for recognition, but through this business, I have found out who I am and how God created me to be. And so all of you are just starting. I've been here for 13 years, my friend. So you're just finding yourself, and don't compare yourself. When you're starting to compare, that's a lie. And, you have gifts that other people don't have. You have things that other people don't have, that other people are looking at and they wish they had. And everybody is just, we're different members. Go get some $3 t-shirt from Walmart. All right, so we will see you guys later. Yes, Teresa, just learned that. And remember, there's a lot of elite leaders. When you look at us and you look at elite leaders, we have been here for a long time. Some already had following built. Some are just, I'm not blonde, my hair is black. That doesn't make me less. And we're all unique, just like you said, Sheila. Okay, so I will see you guys later. Have a blessed day, and thank you for watching this very long video. Very long video. So we will see you guys later, and don't forget, we have speakers coming this week, and they're going to be talking about it, and we will talk to you guys soon. Love y'all. Bye.